Hey, thanks for watching this month's market update here along the Grand Strand. I'm Brendan Payne, Century 21, the Harrelson Group, and a couple things I want to bring up. I know if you're kind of keeping track of things in the market, you already know we're in a really strong seller's market right now. Three things this month that I want you to kind of know that we're watching and that I anticipate continuing here over the next couple of months. Strong sellers market. Inventory isn't lasting real long on the market when it's in good condition. Part of the reason for that is there's not a lot of it. So we are still in an inventory shortage area in a lot of parts of our market, and days on market is lower. Properties that are in good condition and, of course, are marketed the right way are typically selling quickly. I've sold probably 6 to 8 properties in the last month or so that were less than 10 days on the market. And then the other ones that I'm selling are not taking much longer. So if you look in the average days on market, probably for the shows somewhere in that 60 to 70 days, but in most cases it's not taking near that long in some of the areas that have less inventory and there's a good amount of demand. So inventory is down, demand is still very strong, and I anticipate that going into the fourth quarter to continue. Second part that I wanted to cover was sellers. I'm seeing some sellers make mistakes. There's still properties that are coming off the market every month, and the properties that are coming off the market, I see one of the reasons they're not selling is a lot of times it looks like the strategy that the seller might be using is more of an overall market strategy. So they may be looking and saying, this area is really hot and I should be able to put the property on the market, put the price up a little bit and get offers. And then 6 months goes by and it fails to sell. One of the challenges is you have to make sure that you are looking within the specific neighborhoods or areas in the MLS. Our market is one market, but there's a bunch of small micro markets within there. Great example, some of the first-time homebuyer areas or lower price points. A lot of times those homes, if they're not updated, then you can go in and find where once it's updated, then it sells very quickly and they get top dollar for it. And then you go down the road and find maybe a higher price point neighborhood and updates aren't as important. But one of the things that happens, the difference in one community to the next, depending on who the buyer is for that property, if they're coming in and there's a lot of work to be done, they need updates, they need paint, they need a roof, they need all these different things. They purchased a home. They may not want to have to go and do a bunch of repairs before they move in. They might not have the cash out of pocket to go and do the repairs after they purchase the property. Then in another neighborhood, someone may come in and say, you know what, we're going to gut the whole thing. We're going to close. We're going to do all this rehab work and we don't have to move in for another 60 days. Really important if you're thinking about selling to look at the individual market down to this, one area of town or one area, one specific neighborhood, and know exactly what's going on in there. Third thing that I want to let you know is have seen prices go up over the last couple of months in most neighborhoods, but it seems to be, we could be leveling out a little bit right now. One of the challenges, we've had 3 properties here in the last couple of months that buyer and seller agreed on the price, had the contract in place, and unfortunately the appraisal came back for less than the contract. Now, there are some things that I'm doing ahead of time. All 3 of those deals are going to close, and it's not because the seller gave in. So there are some things that I do when I'm marketing a property. There's also some things I do to prepare for any questionable appraisals if we're worried about something like that, to make sure that I put my seller in the best position to be able to get the property closed. So if you're hearing properties don't appraise, or we can't go, I can't try to get this amount because it's not going to appraise, be cautious of that message. There are ways, but you have to know how to actually market the property in a way and be able to help influence some of the outcomes of those if it does come up down the road. So thanks for watching this quick video. If you are thinking about making a move, reach out to me. You could be in one of those areas where we have buyers looking for properties right now and there's nothing available. And so a lot of times the hassle of all the showings and things like that, it's been compressed. So if you can, give a little bit of time to open that property up and get it on the market, you might be surprised and be able to sell it with some ease versus, in past times where we've been on the market or had properties that sometimes took weeks and months and 20 showings. So Let me know if I can help you out with anything on specific information of your property or the market in general. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.